Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the topic program of an event, and this is another simple display that is used in the EDPM portfolio, otherwise known as the reference manual. To start off, I'm going to do my preliminaries, which basically consists of me selecting no spacing, setting my font style to Times New Roman, font size 12. Next, I'm going to go to page layout. I am going to change the orientation of my paper to landscape. I am going to set my margin to 0.5 inches all around. I'm going to go to columns, and I'm going to go to more columns, and I'm going to select 2 columns, and I'm going to select line between and press OK. Now, to move on from here, I need to explain to you how the pages are structured when it comes to a program. Here I have another document that speaks to that. Now, the first 2 columns will be split in 2. However, the pages are numbered differently. How is that done? The first page, or the page on the left, will be the back of the program, and the page on the right will be the front of the program. Many times I see students get this confused and have their page 1 being on the left. Now, to make this a bit simpler for you, I would advise you to get a sheet of blank paper before you begin doing your program or your invitation with a menu that is in a booklet form. Right? Once you get that paper, you're going to turn the paper in the landscape orientation. Following that, you're going to fold the paper in half, and it should open from right to left, as normal programs do. For the first page, you're going to number that 1. You're going to open the page, you're going to write 2 to the bottom left and 3 to the bottom right. Then you're going to close it, and at the back you write 4. Next, I'm going to advise you to open up that sheet of paper. You will notice that your pages 4 and 1 will be on the same page, and pages 2 and 3 will be together. Now, that will mean that your page 1 will be the front of the document and page 4 will be the back. So when you open Microsoft Word and you do your preliminaries, right, the first page that your cursor hit will be your page 4. You'll press the enter key, and that will take you to page 1, which will be the front of your program, and you start your typing from there. Next, you're going to do what you're going to do on your page 1. Then when you hit the next sheet, that will be your page 2 on the left and your page 3 on the right. And you type accordingly, adding your information. Once you're through with that, then you'll go back to your page 4, and you will put any information that you have to put on the program on that page. Sometimes, based on what you're doing, there will be no information on your page 4. A mere text box with a thank you for coming or designed by can also be used, so as not to leave the page completely blank. Alright, so that is just a brief overview of how you would go about writing on your pages. Let me get back to the original document. So here I have my document. So this is my page 4. The cursor is blinking on my page 4, but I'm not going to start on page 4. I'm going to start on page 1. So I'm going to press the enter key until my cursor goes on my page 1. Alright, so now I'm on page 1. You realize that the line between has now popped up. And as I said to you, the line between is used as a guide for me to see my pages separately and how the information is aligned on the page. However, once I am through drafting my program, then I will go back to more columns and I will take off the line between. So I'm going to start off this program. I'm going to be doing a program for an institution. So I'm going to insert first and foremost a word art. And I'm going to type the name of a school. I'm going to use a school known as Glenmuir High School. Right? And I'm going to press OK. So here I have that information now being on the page. Let me go back home. Oh. All right, so it is centered on the page. I'm going to click on it, and because I can't move it as though I like to, I'm going to go to my word art tools, and I'm going to go to text wrap, and I'm going to select square. All right, so I'm going to take this down a bit on the page. All right, following this, I'm still going to work with this heading a bit. I'm going to go back to my word art tools, and I'm going to go to my shape outline. I know that the color of the school is maroon, so I'm going to use the maroon or the dark red in this case as the background color or the outline for this. All right, so that is looking good. All right, next I'm going to write the name of the event that is being held, and in this case I'm going to call it Professional Development 2021. And please remember that everything should be centered as best as you possibly can. I'm going to change my... All right, let me stick with this one and increase my font size. Okay. All right. So I'm now going to try my best to see if I can take that up a bit. Good. To insert the school's logo on this document. I have copied some things on my clipboard, so I'm just going to select as I go along. So here's the school's logo, and I'm going to put that in the center of the document. Do not want it to be too large to overpower everything. All right, good. All right, next, so for this professional development, I think we may have a theme. I'm going to press my enter key to go below the logo, and the theme that I'm going to use for today, I'm going to call this theme Flagrant's Revolution. All right, the motto for the institution is Flagrant's Veritatis Studio, burning with the zeal for truth. So I'm trying my best to ensure that this program reflects that, burning with the zeal for truth. All right, so Flagrant's Revolution, reflect, refresh, recharge. All right, so put this in the center, maybe increase my font size, keeping it at Times New Roman. All right, let me put it left aligned and increase the font. I'm trying to get everything. All right, let me leave it there. I was trying to get everything in one line. Didn't want to break it. All right. All right, so there it is at 12, and I bold everything. Okay, that's looking a bit better. All right, so that's that. Next, so that is a theme. Then I'm going to say the date. When can this event be? I'm going to say May the 3rd, 2021. Again, remember, in the sentence style, it is month, day, and then year. All right, so it's date, time of the event. I'm going to say 8:30 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. Looking good. And then the venue, note I'm double spacing each item here because they're separate. So it's going to be at the Glenmuir High School auditorium. All right. Now you know that every program needs to have a moderator. All right. Let me go down a bit more. So the moderator is Alicia Burke. All right, and these normally can be to the left. I'll see how that looks when I'm finished. Guest speaker, and that is going to be somebody who knows their stuff. I'm going to name that person Dr. Timothy Small. All right, good. All right, so let us see how this looks. I think it looks better in the center, right? All right, good. Let me see the moderator. All right, can keep it like that. All right, so this is my page 1. I'm now going to try to insert a border on this page. All right, remember that the motto for the school is burning with the zeal for truth. All right, so I got a flame border. Let me see how that works with this. All right, I'm just going to try to fix that on the page so that the writing can be shown. All right, so over some more. It seems as if it can be a bit smaller and placed in the center. I don't want it too much behind the flame so that it doesn't show. But when this program is printed, I'm sure that it will be printed in colored, so everything will be seen. Alright, good. This professional development is now hidden, so I'm going to let it be a bit smaller. Or I just need to press enter for that. Alright, there it is. Okay, looking good. Recharge and everything is looking well. Alright, I can maybe separate this a bit. Alright, good. So that's my page 1. I'm now going to go on page 2 and continue with the information. Alright, so my page 2, here it is. Now I'm going to insert. Now this basically is a, let me show you, insert, and I go to shapes, and then there are many shapes there. So this is just one of the shapes that I would have selected, and I would have used it here. Alright, then I would have changed the outline of the shape to look like the maroon color, and I would have written the word program inside of it. So that's how I get this for my page 2 heading. Alright, now I'm going to insert. Again, I pre-prepared this so that the video would not be as long as the others. Alright, and here I have page 1 of the program. Now, so I have the time and the information. I try my best for everything to be justified, and so the information would align itself on the left, to the left margin, and also to the right margin. So the ones that do not go to the right margin, let me see if I can attempt it this way. No. So the ones that do not go to the right margin, then I have to go in each row, and I will just press my space bar and carry that over. Alright, so everything aligns itself to the right margin as well. Alright, makes the program look neat and professional. Alright. I'm seeing this on Calibre. I try Times New Roman. So I'm going to leave it on Calibre so as not to cause too much work for me right now. Alright, but as I said, you are able to use as many different fonts as you so desire. Alright, so if you didn't pre-prepare, and you will not pre-prepare yours as mine, so you can get to fix it in the Times New Roman font size 12 as you ought to. Alright, get some more visuals here for this, and I hope you're following along. Alright, so it's just basically lining up everything on the left and on the right of the page. We're going for neatness. So we're still on my page. See, still not so neat. I'm looking at the line coming down, and some of these things can still go over a bit more. Alright, so we're finished with that. So I'm now just going to press my enter key and go over to my page 3. And again, I have some information on my clipboard. I'm just going to paste that there for my page 3. And then anything that doesn't go over to the margin, I just press the space bar to take it over. Alright, so that's it. Oh, this information should come down somewhere on the page. It's too far in the... Alright, I'm lining it up with my 830. Alright, and that is it. Alright, so the next thing I need to tackle now is my page 4. Here it is. And then I have the school song for my page 4. Right, let me close that. Alright, now you realize that with me putting on the school song, some of the information would have disappeared from my page 1. So I'm just pressing the delete key to get out those excess space and for everything to go back as it was. Alright, go up on the page, still pressing delete, pressing it one more time. Alright, good. Alright, so this is looking lovely. Another thing that I need to do, let me double click in my header before I forget. And as a student, I will lose out on my marks for this, and that is to put the name of the document and the name of the candidate. It says program of an event. Some person just write program. Alright, and again, it should be on your page 1, not across the entire page. So I'm going to press my tab key to take that over. Alright, I'm not seeing it. Why? Because the flame is blocking it. So it's at 0.5. I'm going to go up with that. Alright, and then the flame, let me close out and take this down a bit. Alright, because that information should be shown. Double click again in my header. Alright, so it's program of an event, and then I'll tab across a bit and then the name of the student. So I'm going to use a student Diedre-Ann, home, Times New Roman, font size 12. Alright, again I'm going to line this up a bit. I don't want, when I'm finished with my page 1, the word program is, the P is on the back of the program, etc. So I'm going to ensure that I take it over properly on the page, and then to the far right I'll take Diedre-Ann-White's name, and that is it. So I'm going to close out of my header, and I'm going to go to print preview to see how this program looks. Oh, another thing, let me quickly do this before I go over there, and that is to go on page layout, columns, more columns, and to remove the line between. Good. Alright. Oh, another thing that just came to mind before I go to print preview is that I did not select different first page, and if I did not do that, then this information, I'm going to copy it, will be on the second page as well, and I only want it on the first page. Alright, I copied it because I knew that it would have disappeared. Alright, so I copied it, I still have it, but it's spaced out on both pages. So I'm now going to tab across to get everything on the page 1. Alright, and delete to get Diedre-Ann-White there. Alright, again. Okay, and then the name to the far right. You don't want it. Alright, that's looking better. So I'm going to close out of my header, and I'm going to quickly go to print preview to see the final overview of my document. Alright, let me zoom up a bit. Alright, good. So I'm seeing my page 1 with the flame. Again, how it looks here is not how it's going to be printed. Alright, when we close out of this, how it looks is how it will be printed. Normally when the document looks like this and you're printed, it tells you that the margin is out of line. If you still want to continue, you'll just select yes, and then you'll get all of the border being on that page. Alright, and this is page 4, my page 2, and my page 3. You realize that the program of the event is on this page, so I have to go and delete that, and then that looks like it. So let me quickly do that. because our program should be perfect, right? So I'm going to delete it from here, because I would have placed it again on my page 1. It should be up there. Good. There it is. So I'm going to close out. Alright, anything else we can fix before we close out this document? Let me go over some more of the flame. Alright, the flame at the... I'm adjusting the flame a bit. Alright, I'm realizing that the bottom part of the flame is not there, and I want it there. Alright, so I want the video to be a good demonstration for you, and if you meet in any difficulty, then you're able to maneuver yourself accordingly. So that's why I'm spending time doing this. Alright, so there it is now, and some of the information is in the flame, and I have space above, so I can just easily press my delete and take that up out of the flame. Alright, looking better to me. Alright, so good. And the word program, I can extend that across some more if I so desire. Alright, and again you can line up your work accordingly. Now you can also, because the flame is overpowering, I did not put any on my page 2, 3, and 4. Alright, I had a smaller flame that I could have used at the bottom, right, but it's not coming on the page, so I just decided to leave it out. Alright, so let me just quickly go back to print preview for the final look before we end. Alright, so here we are in print preview, looking even better. Alright, so we have our page 1, or page 2, or page 3, and or page 4. Alright, and that's it. So please do not forget, however, to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. Also comment below for me to know how these videos are impacting you when you watch them. Alright, and also please turn on your notifications so that you know when I do another upload, so that you can watch and learn accordingly. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in my next upload.